Garnacho'S brace sends Chelsea into the semi-final of the Carabao Cup. Brilliant performance from Garnacho. Yes, we have been criticizing him, for the longest period of time based on the fact that he doesn't really have impact in games. His first goal in over 7 games after the Sunderland game. Today, he came from the bench rather, and got 2 important goals as well as Pedro Neto that sends Chelsea into the semi-final of the Carabao Cup. Now, we all know how the Carabao Cup is. It is a very, very important trophy to the smaller teams. Why? Because to them, this is like their Champions League. They put in their all when it comes to this kind of games. They put in their all when something matters. They put in their all when something is at stake. So that's how it is with the smaller teams. Manchester United can testify, because it was a smaller team that defeated them from the Carabao Cup as well. So when it comes to the Carabao Cup, every big team should be very careful. And in as much as the bigger teams are feeding their squad players, the smaller teams are feeding their best players as well. So that does not mean that it's an excuse for the performance of Chelsea today. Now, a success of any team depends on not just the first 11, but the squad players, but the bench. Because there's going to be injuries during the course of the season. There's going to be loss of form during the course of the season. A lot is going to happen during the course of the season. Now, what are those qualities that are coming from the bench that can deliver and that can help the team? That is what matters when it comes to the success of a team in the whole season. Now, can Chelsea compare their bench or their squad on the bench to teams like Arsenal, Man City, and Liverpool and the others? No. If we should go by that performance of today, Chelsea were very, very poor. And we have to state the facts. We have to state the obvious. Yes, I made a case for them at the beginning of this video. But on the other hand, what was those performances? What was those performances in the first half? From Gittins, from Badashili, from McGill, from those front four. It was people from Bonanote who gave the first assist. They were very, very poor in the first half. I don't know what Maresca told them in the dressing room, but that changed everything in the second half. The first half was a different Chelsea entirely. The second half was a better team from Chelsea. And kudos to the changes made by Maresca, because at the start of the second half, I was expecting those changes. I was expecting something to change for Chelsea coming into the second half. And Maresca made those changes. The likes of Pedro Neto came into the game. João Pedro came into the game. Garnacho came into the game. And he got 2 goals for Chelsea. Also, Pedro Neto, who got a goal as well, the second goal for Chelsea, and Chelsea won this game 3-1. Perfect, fantastic result for Chelsea. But let's talk about the performance. This is not the standard. This is not what Chelsea fans should be happy about. This is not that kind of performance that a Champions League team like Chelsea deserves. Like, we have to be honest with that. Apart from the fact that Chelsea won, apart from the fact that Chelsea has advanced to the semi-final of the Carabao Cup, but what about this particular kind of performance? Some players have so many concerns at their hands right now. Some players' performances today were so concerning. And we have to start with Gittins. I have no idea what is wrong with Gittins. I know he doesn't have the confidence yet. I know he's not meeting up to the standard yet, but he's seeing what Garnacho is doing and what Garnacho did today. Every time Gittins is being introduced to a game, I don't see that talent he showcased at Borussia Dortmund. I see a different Gittins entirely, So Gittins really needs to step up. If you cannot perform against a team like Cardiff City in the Carabao Cup on a Tuesday night, then where would you perform? So he needs to pick his form back. That is not the kind of performance Chelsea fans deserve, from a player like Gittins. That guy is super talented. He's fast, he's quick, he knows how to take on players. But majority of or almost everything we saw at Borussia Dortmund, we are not seeing it at Chelsea today. So Chelsea, I don't know, Maresca needs to work on him. Maresca needs to give him that confidence. Maresca needs to show so much faith and believe in him. And good to see Garnacho scoring 2 important goals. The same Garnacho that have been on a very, very low. See, Garnacho's movement is fine. Garnacho's work rate is fine. Garnacho's movement in and around the box, is okay. But Taking on players is a problem for him, and also finishing is another problem for him. Very good to see him score two fantastic goals today, and I must commend him and Maresca, for that kind of particular performance in today's game. Good to see Caicedo back. Caicedo, who has been out, in the last couple of days, based on the fact that he has been suspended, in the Premier League. He got back to getting some minutes in the tank and performed very, very well today. He showed exactly what the quality he brings in midfield. He was intercepting play. He was starting up the game also in midfield. So that was a very, very fantastic performance to me today for Caicedo. Also in defense, we need to give it to a player like Achipong. Today he was brilliant. So many mistakes in defense from Tosin and Badashili was mopped up by Caicedo and Achipong. I saw his impact in today's game, especially going forward, and even defensively he was very, very solid. For Hato, I know he doesn't get minutes. I know he's match rusty. Majority of the players today are as well match rusty. But that does not take away the fact that these guys are talented. That does not take away the fact that these guys can even produce better. They can even do more. The Chelsea fans deserve more from these guys. Hato, fantastic player from Ajax, but he has not getting too much minutes under his belt. But today's performance was below par for me. But good to see him finish the game. Good to see him have maximum minutes today, and today he was quite decent. But that is not the kind of performance Chelsea fans wanted. Apart from that, the changes was brilliant for me. Because if I don't know, because trust me, if you could take the intervention of the bench, if you could take the intervention of Pedro Neto, Pedro, Garnacho to come into the game and change the game, then there's a problem for Chelsea. To me, I just feel like out of the top 4, top 5 that qualified for the Champions League last season, Chelsea has one of the worst, quality on the bench. Not in terms of talent, but in terms of the performance on the pitch, in terms of what they give on the pitch. I think these guys needs to step up, and they can do better. They have the talent, they can be better than what they are right now, trust me. But today's performance, to me, overall performance, especially in the second half, was good. Results, perfect result. 3-1 to Cardiff City away from home. I don't have a lot of things to complain about. But if it was that performance, I don't think I have a lot, to do with that. But if it's for the results, it was a very, very good one. 2 goals for Garnacho, which is a very good one. If he can continue like this, if he can be consistent on a daily basis, giving in this kind of performance, week in, week out, then that is a very good player, Chelsea have on their hands. As well, for Pedro Neto, 9 goals and assists in 19 games, 6 goals and 3 assists in 19 games. To me, is not that bad for a winger, who normally shares minutes with either Estavao, or anybody who comes in. But to me, I think he's beginning to put in goals and assists in his game, which to me is a very, very good one. So good goal from him, good take from him, and he scored with his weaker foot, which to me is a very good take. But overall, Maresca needs work. Maresca needs to work on these players. Maresca needs to look at these players, because the standard has actually dropped. To me, Chelsea of last season is better than Chelsea of this season. If you take out João Felix last season, you bring in the guy that is at Everton right now, Drewsbury Hall. Alright, so you cannot compare Drewsbury and Buonanotte. Drewsbury is a better player, more experienced player. Buonanotte was off in the first half. The second half, he gave an assist. He has the talent. He's good. But those are not the kind of performance. These guys should be taking opportunity of this kind of games. These are the kind of games they can use in performing very, very well and brilliantly, and showing Maresca that they deserve to be in the starting 11. These are the kind of games they need to hold to their neck and say, yes, we have, to work better, and we have to show, workings. We have to show what we can deliver. These are that kind of games these players deserve, to actually do better and give Maresca a headache in picking up his selection and picking up his first 11 for the league game. But that being said, good result for Chelsea. Let me know what you think concerning this game. Let me know what you think concerning Chelsea's 3-1 victory against Cardiff, which to me, the performance, I'm not happy with it. But I want to know what you think about it. Share your thoughts in the comment section. If you're new to this channel, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell so I come your way again next time. I remain your boy Mike Way. Stay cool. Cheers.